All right, what's up, everyone? It is day 69. 69. Those of you know, you know. Those of who you don't, good, I guess. um, but that wasn't intentional. It's December 2nd. It's like 1 a.m. I've unfortunately got back in the habit where I totally forget about it the entire day. And I'm like, oh shit, I should do this before I forget about it again to record a video. But yeah, it's day 69. So that puts me at week 10. Right? Because 7 times 9 is 63. So it's 9 weeks, and then you're on the 10th one. So I wanted to get it before the 10th week is done. Like I said, 1 week. Nothing's really changed. You know how I said last week that while I'm prepping to go back to the Midwest, so I'm flying to Chicago and then driving to Iowa, where I'm originally from, because I'm part of the Iowa Army National Guard. So I have to do Army training there in Iowa. So yeah, probably gonna be taking a break from PT for a while. But honestly, this past week, same thing happened because I was at PT last Tuesday, and now it's technically Monday because it's like 1 a.m. Um, and last week was Thanksgiving week, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday didn't do PT, and I'm not gonna fucking lie, or sorry for my language, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I did a single set of a PT exercise this entire week. Um, Bit of a crazy weekend. Just clean the whole apartment. My birthday's next week, but I won't be here, so had a little get together last night as well as this Friendsgiving thing I had yesterday. So been a little hectic, but want to get this in before I leave Tuesday because I know that when I'm home in Iowa, I don't really want to be recording videos. It feels it's kind of like embarrassing or weird, even though it shouldn't be, I guess, especially with family and stuff. But yeah, so here's the scar. I don't really know if the people who've been following. Oh, I guess you can kind of see a little bit better there. Those water bottles. That's the scar. It's not really changing anymore like it used to, right? You can't really tell too much because, well, it's fully healed, it's fully closed. It's just going to take years and years and years for it to fade. But like I've said in the past, this is the least of my concerns. I don't care about any cosmetic damage. I care about the internal damage. And they're never gonna fully go away. These scars are from the surgery that was 4 years ago. You know, so it's whatever to me. But for those of you who are more particular or curious, and like I said, I'll just always show it, even though it doesn't really change that much anymore. That's the scar. As with PT, I made the last video about 5 days ago. So I think that actually was the day I had PT or the day after. But pretty much the same. I'll kind of more just give the range of motion update, and honestly, that's kind of it for this one. It is kind of a lot, I think. I don't really I'm supposed to only sleep on my left, I think, still, but it doesn't really hurt to go on my right, so I kind of do it here and there because it helps me go to sleep. Because I get really stiff just in one position, just on my left side. All this hurts, but I can go all the way here, which I know isn't all the way at 90, but if you think about it, it's kind of sore. If you think about it, I'd only gotten up to here, I think 2 weeks ago. So now I'm here. I don't think I'll ever get to this level, but if I get to here, that's, if I'm doing a pull-up type of thing. If I can do this. But yeah, that's that way. This way. I'm kind of hunching because I can't help it. But if I really try, I can go here. And to give you an idea of like the pain level or like what does it feel like, my arm is definitely, it feels heavy, right? Because it's like weak here. Like this feels pretty light. But this, it you know, that whole analogy where if you hold a cup out for 5 seconds, it's not that big deal. In 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then your arm's like literally shaking or it feels like it's going to fall off. Well, like say that this is a 5 seconds, the 5 seconds here might feel like more like 10 seconds here, even though it's the same motion. It's impossible for me to give you the exact feeling or thoughts, but I'm just trying to describe it best I can for those of you who are curious and, want to see this recovery, or just curious if you do the surgery, what you can expect, like about 10 weeks out. So yeah, this just a reminder, I still have the 2-pound restriction, so I'm not really supposed to be lifting 2 pounds. I'm not gonna lie, I have to cook and stuff, right? I have to move things while cleaning, and so I just kind of do them because the general rule of thumb that the PT always goes back to is like, listen to your body. The pain will guide you. So if it doesn't really hurt, I kind of assume, because I can ask my surgeon every single time, every day. I would have a question of like, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? 99% of the time, they're most likely just going to say, well, I mean, yeah, like it's fine. If it doesn't hurt you, it's fine with me. Because he's very confident in his surgeries. So I am very like anxious because I don't want to mess anything up. I want it to be as perfect as it can be. But I do those things, and to give you an idea of what I'm doing without it really causing any serious pain is like, for example, I was cooking for the Friendsgiving thing, so I had to have a pot of water, which to a lot of people is like, that's small, that's not that heavy. But when you have multiple shoulder surgeries, or even if you just get this one, any sort of surgery, it's like very light things can feel heavy, or it feels risky, But what I do is I really tuck it in there. This is the safest position for your shoulder. Your arm kind of in a sling, right? It's like right here. And there's really no pain. There's a bit of an anxiety and a bit of discomfort, but it's no pain. I can take off my shirt now without having to do the whole thing where you take it all off here and pull it off on this side. I still kind of do that, but I can go do, I feel like it's more common in guys, but you know what I'm talking about, where you just kind of, peel your shirt off. Other things I can do, like a belt. These are like the small things that people don't really think of. Like I can go behind my back to pull the belt when doing the belt. Stuff like that. I still have the pain here and, my back. Those things still exist. I just kind of have to deal with it. There's not much I can really do until I go to PT and they stick the needles in. I do kind of want to show, I know I meant to keep this short, but since I'm going to be, traveling kind of for 2 weeks and I'll be doing military stuff, I feel like there's a good chance I might totally miss a week. So I want to kind of double down in this video in case I miss next week. Not the intention, but just in case. Okay, let me guess. I think, yeah, okay. I just kind of want to review the x-rays that I got last time. The follow-up on November 10th. Oh, and my next follow-up will be December 19th. So I'll make a video, that's in about 2 weeks, about that when that happens. It's probably going to be super quick. He's going to be like, okay, now you have, I don't know, like a 15-pound weight restriction or something like that. But when it gets to that, I'll update. So this is, I feel like, the fun stuff. You kind of see like official things. But this was August 1st, right? So my surgery again was September 25th. So this was, pre-op x-ray. And you can see here, middle of my humerus, and that line was to denote where the center is, and they're supposed to align. But if you look at it, just kind of use this. It's really off because that dot is supposed to be on this line, and it's not at all. So he was telling me like that's how misaligned my shoulder is, even though it's obviously not dislocated. It's just that was the position in which did the X-ray. But I had so much bone loss right there, right? That's supposed to be it's supposed to look like that. But it was so lost that, it just pops out of place on top of the ligament being torn. And it's clearly the dot is out of center from the line. And then this was at my last follow-up. Oh, wait, this is 11/7. Okay, that's weird. Maybe that was a typo because I'm pretty sure I went in November. Oh, no, sorry. October 10th was my first follow-up. They put October 8th at first, I think. No, I'm stupid. October 1st was my first follow-up. October 8th was what it said it was, but it was actually October 10th because he was gone. That's why I'm mixing it up. And then the 6-week follow-up was, I don't know, whatever 6 weeks after September 25th. And which might just be 11/7. And this is after surgery. It's kind of a little harder to see. It's darker, but you can see the line. I don't really need to bring out that card. The line is in line with the dot, which is the center of the humerus. And that screw is, it's just a cross section of the screw. So, I'm assuming like hopefully that. Yeah, that is the purpose of that screw is holding in the socket in place. So that would be, this is the glenoid fossa, that's what they call it, and this is the humeral head, right? This is where all the bad shit's happening. And you can see now that little section that was missing. I think I'm trying to compare the two x-rays, but they're slightly different angles. Yeah, so that's why he drew this section right here, right? He took the bone from wherever it was, I don't really know, and then put that bone here. So now you can see that space is filled in. And I know this is probably way more in depth than some of you need or want, but I'm very detailed. And honestly, this might be good for me to look back in case I have these issues in the future, which unfortunately, that's the reality. Whenever you have these joint problems they can come back, or they're almost guaranteed. You're guaranteed to have arthritis, which sucks. But yeah, that's that little bone block that they talk about. If you've talked to a doctor about the Latarjet procedure, that's what they're talking about. And that is preventing it from slipping out again and again and again, like it has been for me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. In terms of the home exercise program of PT in this 10th week, I haven't technically had any changes, but between me and you, right, I'm not really doing it as much as I know I should be. I'm just getting complacent. But I do know that I think when I go tomorrow, week 10, he told me, is when I'm starting active strengthening. So, active motion to strengthening. Because 6 weeks, right, I was passive. He lifts my arm and all that stuff. I don't use a body weight. I've been using body weight in my arm, doing like kind of these things, the no monies, the ball, all of that. It kind of looked like I was praying, but no, I was just the ball against the wall. And then now I think I'll be doing actual strengthening. So probably 1 or 2 pound dumbbells and bands. I'm probably only going to do that tomorrow. And then, I should be doing it at home, but we'll see what actually happens with that. But yeah, I'll come back December 17th to Texas and have my follow-up on December 19th. So I'll probably try to make a video that day or the next day. But anyway, those of you who've watched, I think I got 1 subscriber, which is crazy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.